Are on. Hello. Can everybody hear us?
Did it work?
This is awesome. Yeah, I think we're live on all of them. Everything worked correctly this time.
I'm so excited about this.
We're learning some new things. This is great. So
yeah.
I'm really excited for this. This is going to be good. I feel like I missed everyone on Easter. Hopefully everybody had a good Easter. Kristen, what did you do for Easter?
I made the traditional Easter ham and cheesy potatoes, and we ate like it was Thanksgiving.
Oh, I lost you on Instagram.
Oh, what's happening?
You're back. All right.
Back?
I heard cheesy potatoes.
I just took a picture.
I love it.
Yeah, cheesy potatoes, and we ate like it was Thanksgiving. We were so full.
I love that. I think that makes a lot of sense. So.
Yeah, and then the night before we did an Easter egg hunt at night in the yard. They had headlamps on. No glow-in-the-dark eggs, like regular eggs.
Whoa. That makes it way harder.
Yeah, it was super fun. I think that's going to be a new trend now.
I love that. I think that's going to be a new trend in drive-through birthdays.
Yes, drive-through birthdays are super fun.
Drive-through dinosauring.
Yes, the T-Rexings have been rampant. Rampant Rexing.
Oh, those were so good. I love that. Well, hey, everybody. We're just hanging out. I am curious what your favorite food that you ate for Easter was. What was your favorite food? This can also include candy. I don't know if you got candy on Easter, but if you did, it can include that.
So while we're waiting for answers, my mom sent stuffed Easter eggs for us to hide for the kids.
What?
And she sent a separate bag of candy with a sticky note on it that said, "These are for Kristen because I know she'll try and eat yours."
How do you feel about that?
It's not wrong.
Well, I mean, that's fair. That's
actually, I was just glad she sent me my own so I didn't have to eat theirs.
Oh, I love that. My go-to is anything Reese's Cup.
Oh, nice. Okay. On Instagram, I think I made some enchiladas. I like how it's like, I think I made
You
them. Or
think?
maybe tacos.
I mean, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was a whole...
All the Easter candy. Meredith Melrose. All the Easter candy is the best.
What's up,
Bunny
Andrew
shape.
Tharp? I see Noah on YouTube said that it's his mom's birthday, so happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. It's my mom's birthday today.
What? Happy birthday to all the moms, apparently. I think it's every mom's birthday. So,
Yeah.
And I'm seeing a shout out for steak and potatoes and mac and cheese. So I feel really good about those.
Ooh, I like the potatoes with mac and cheese. I support that. Jake says the chocolate bunny he ate in 5 minutes was his Jake Cochran. So,
yeah.
Respect that.
Was it like this big? We have some that have lasted for a little bit. They're not going to last a whole lot longer. So I'm just going to announce that now.
Right. Do you ever get really sad when you get a chocolate Easter bunny and then you find out it's hollow, not solid?
Yeah. And yeah. If it's hollow, that's worthless. If it's not solid chocolate, but there's peanut butter in it.
Yeah. Just the hollow is like such a sad thing. Oh my gosh, he says it was an 8-inch tall bunny.
Holy smokes. I hope that you ran outside for a while afterwards.
Was it a solid rabbit or was it a hollow one? Because that matters. Have you seen that meme where it's like one rabbit has the tail eaten off and one has the ears and one says, "My butt hurts," and the other says, "I can't hear you."
What? That's awesome. Kim J's giving a shout out for Cadbury eggs. I don't like Cadbury eggs.
I'll eat one every couple years. That's it.
Yeah.
I do like, they make one that's got fudge in it. I don't like the regular. He says it's a solid 8-inch chocolate bunny.
No.
Okay, Casey and Wright. I learned of a junior mint chocolate bunny and I want one. I'm with you. If you find one, order two. Junior mint chocolate bunny.
I'm writing that down right now.
And
no reason.
I love junior mints. They're my go-to movie candy.
Wait, Kristen, we may have someone who has solved the hollow chocolate bunny. Are you ready?
Oh, what?
Fill it with milk.
I was thinking we could fill it with Nutella. Oh wait, I like this idea of filling it. Okay, Peyton says, I think it was a turkey dinner with mashed potatoes gravy, basically a Thanksgiving for Easter. Yeah, that's what we do.
I feel great about that.
Yeah, I feel really good about that. I feel really good about filling a hollow Easter bunny.
Someone just said, "Peeps are awful. Carry on." We asked for your favorites, Jonathan.
Yeah, that's a different question.
Yeah, I'm with Hannah. Peanut butter filled bunny, hands down.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
I like that too.
So next question, and I'm curious, Kristen, what this one would be for you. What was your favorite childhood TV show?
He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
That was a quick response.
It's so easy. Well, it was that. Well, and Thundercats. Those were my like.
Okay, I feel great about Thundercats too. Mine was Fraggle Rock.
That's a good one. Dance your cares away. Worries for another day. Let the music play. Down at Fraggle Rock. That's a good one.
Right, and they eat their construction, which I always thought was a great idea. Apparently, this is going to be an eating themed live stream today.
Look at this. Look at this one. Okay, Tracy Cochran says, fill a hollow bunny with Ready Whip. I know we're going back to that question.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
That's pretty genius.
All right, so favorite childhood TV shows. What are we seeing?
Okay, we've got the Combses saying Thundercats. I don't know if that's. I don't know. I would like those little Whopper Robin eggs. We're still on the candy one. I
want to keep talking about candy too, so I get it.
It doesn't. Right. Speaking of candy and TV shows, Gummy Bears was another, bouncing here and there and everywhere. That show was one of my most favorite Saturday morning cartoons.
Jonathan's shouting out Dukes of Hazzard. So I'm going to guess not really the demographic here for most of them, but I love that. Little Einstein, I see you.
Little Einstein.
Octonauts.
Yeah. Ooh, what's that one?
Ooh, Arthur. That's a good one. Was he an aardvark? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think it's Stranger Things. Jake Cochran. Stranger Things.
Well, I'm not surprised.
That feels very relevant.
Voltron. That's a good one. Voltron. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if this has been said, but jelly beans are forever and always my favorite Easter candy. That has not been said, but that is a classic anytime
I support
candy.
that. The Starburst jelly beans being number one, and the super cheap dollar aisle ones being number two.
The super cheap dollar aisle ones for sure.
Yeah. Hang on. Licorice or no licorice?
Yes, licorice.
Thank you. That is the correct answer. So many people don't like licorice. I don't know. I don't understand it.
If liking licorice is wrong, I don't want to be right. So we got Spurs, Gummy Bears, and Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Rescue Rangers.
That's a good one. Oh, Easy and Right, Lizzie McGuire, Bubble Guppies, Wonder Pets. What do you got?
Hannah shouted out JoJo's Circus.
Oh, I don't
I'm
know
seeing
a lot of these.
Care Bears, Little Pony.
Yes.
My Little Pony, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
right?
Get it right. Here's like two more for Arthur over here.
Wow. Who knew?
Yeah. I still get that Gummy Bears theme song stuck in my head.
Yes.
Animal Mechanicals. What's that one?
I don't know, but that sounds great. Licorice is not gross. Is delicious. No. Rugrats. That's what I'm talking about. I see you, David.
Wow.
All right. Also, Kim J also does not like licorice. So, Kristen, I guess we get a lot of licorice jelly beans.
This is great.
That's how I see this.
You know my compatibility theories about food, right?
Yeah. If somebody doesn't like it, it means more for you.
Yeah, we can be best friends because I don't have to share them. I'm a gummy bear, and I'm a gummy bear, and I'm a yummy, yummy, yummy gummy bear.
Nailed it. All right. Next question. This one is going to be really interesting. We'll see how this goes. We asked this on Instagram. We said, describe your week only using emojis. And then Kristen and I are going to attempt to translate this. So describe your week only using emojis. And then we're going to attempt to translate what you described through emojis.
I can't wait. This is so exciting. While we're waiting for answers to come in, can I tell you about a show that made me cry when I was a kid every time I couldn't watch it? Scooby-Doo. Yes. It was the most scary show I could ever watch, and I never watched it long enough to get to the end to see that the monsters weren't real because I was too scared.
You never made it to the part that made it better. So it was always just a scary show that ended terribly.
Right. I'm like, I'm out.
That's not helpful.
The second it would come on, it'd be like, zoinks, and I'm out.
No, that's not helpful at all.
Okay. All right. We got Peyton Dummer over here. Cool, crazy. Oh, that's a song. Isn't that... She was clapping for... Wait, is it like the Four Stooges performance?
I think it's the Four Stooges and she loves it.
I think it is,
What do you think Casey's is?
I think Casey cried because her brain exploded on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
But she kind of loved it.
And it was uphill both ways.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
Okay,
getting.
what's that one?
Hang on, I've got another one on Instagram. I'm just getting like okay, all the way across. So I'm gonna say they're doing okay. Like it
I
was an
think
okay
that's.
week.
But if it's a lot of okays, does that make it awesome?
So it like incrementally adds up. So it's like
Yeah.
nickel plus nickel plus nickel eventually equals $1.
Yeah.
I see that. I'm seeing another one that is bread, cookie, thumbs up, happy face. I'm gonna go with lots of baking and then they ate it all.
Yes.
But a little behind the scenes, I know who this is, and I got some of their baking. Sarah Gaskin crushed
We'll be posting my address for cookie deliveries later in the show.
Yeah, anyone is always welcome to deliver food. All right, you got one over there?
Yeah, looks like in the Dumber House we had some baby talk that turned wrong, but lots of people loved it.
I am glad that that's how you translated it, not that more babies appeared.
That's possible.
That's a whole different... That's not the talk we're planning today, guys. Don't worry.
Oh, Lori Smith worked out so she could fit into her new clothes.
Whoa! I think you got that one right.
Maybe.
But we're talking about eating chocolate, so that's how I roll.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, gosh. We got more dumbers here. Let's see. You wrote in the sky. Imagine all the people living.
I'm seeing some birthday cakes over here on YouTube. Also, my mom is making another round of chocolate cobbler. We are in on that. So,
yes, that is a distinct like of mine.
Yep.
Chocolate. You had me at chocolate.
I feel really good about that. So that's so good.
Joey Hassel pooped in a blue box while getting a manicure. That's incredible.
I think you nailed that one for sure. I'm seeing that Cindy West attacked her TV with a hammer and a bomb, and now she's praying for it. That seems right. This is so good. Okay, all right. Next question. This one comes from Kristen, and it is: we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
If you could be any shape, what would you be? If you could be any shape, what would you be? We're just kind of curious what that is. So, Kristen, what shape would you be?
I was torn between two. Should I go with my A or my B option?
A.
A was a rhombus.
Ooh, why?
Because it's fun to say.
Rhombus. Whombus.
Simply for the fun factor.
That's why I would go with quadrilateral.
Quadrilateral. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're cousins then.
Or trapezoid.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, I'm seeing some come in.
Diamond.
Diamond. I saw skinny. That's a shape. Skinny.
Oh.
Let's see.
Human shape.
Human shape. That's a good shape. I'm seeing triangle. I like
Triangle's
that. That's
good.
a good one.
Any particular kind of triangle?
Nope. Just said a triangle. Dog apparently is a shape.
Dog.
Decagon. I see you.
Oh, that's a good one.
Now we're getting smarter.
Peyton, so I could roll over people. Wow, that turned dark really quick.
Well, this one says the biggest shape because then I would be bigger than everyone.
That's one way to look at it. Or maybe a tiny particle.
What's interesting is we're learning a lot about people.
Yeah, strong. Everybody, this is like Festivus. Like, we're going to have some serious competitors for feats of strength this year.
I'm seeing rectangle, a circle or round ball so that I can roll a twig, a triangle. Triangle's getting a lot of shout outs on YouTube.
Triangle. Interesting. I'm curious if there's like a specific camp of triangle fans. Like, are we talking like isosceles triangles? Or are we talking equilateral right triangles? Like, isn't that what it is?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
No, you nailed it. Is it acute angle, but is there an acute triangle? I don't know.
Well, all triangles have acute angles. Well, no, except for that's not true.
Not the right.
That is not true. No, it would. Well,
is right an acute angle? I don't know.
I don't know. Is a 90-degree angle acute or obtuse?
See, this is why I still need to be in school.
I know which angle I am.
The right angle. Classic.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, that was
I
bad.
feel like that question went well.
I think that went way better than I expected when we first talked about it. Tiny is another good one. Triangles are pokey.
It hurts more than getting rolled over
Yep.
by a sphere. All right, so we've had a change of decision over here. So much. I'll be a Taurus. What's that? Taurus?
I don't know.
I want to consult the interwebs on that. We're all pretty obtuse. Yeah, we are.
That's the one. Nailed it. I think we're going to end on that one. That one was really good.
Okay, in geometry, a torus is a surface of revolution generated by revolving a circle in three-dimensional space about an axis that is coplanar with the circle. Anyway, Google it. It's actually pretty. It's like it's a donut.
Well, there you go.
It's a donut.
I feel great.
That wins. Yeah. Oh, look there. You just said it's a shape like a donut. All right. Anyway.
Well, then that absolutely wins. So we're going to end on that one. We've now learned a new word, and we know that it's the shape of a donut, and that's all that matters. So full circle back to food, just like a donut.
Full circle.
Nailed it. So we're going to get started, quote unquote. We've been started. This is awesome. We love interacting with you guys. And if you haven't picked up on it, we have a friend hanging out with us today that I have not really introduced because we're going to do that now. So please welcome my friend, Kristen. Can you applause emoji? I don't know how this works. Wait, if I do it on Instagram, if I remember correctly, I think I have sound effects.
I got a wave over there.
Ready?
That's cool. Yeah.
There. You just got applause on YouTube.
Yes. Thank you.
That's how we roll right there.
I'm so excited to be here.
So we are so pumped that you are here. Kristen is one of our awesome small group leaders. She's been working a lot with our high school girls. And so, Kristen, I want to give you some time to introduce yourself. Who are you?
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so
it's a big question.
This is part one of a 12-part series. So I'm so glad that you all are here for this tonight. No, that's such a fun question. I don't know what to say. I knew this question was coming. Okay, so I'm a mom. I have two kids. One's in 6th grade now, I guess 7th grade. The other one is going to be in 5th grade. So some of you may know Layla McKinney. She's a rising 7th grader that you'll see at youth. And I sing on the worship team at church, and I work with the youth, of course. I'm sort of a collector of hobbies. So people say, like, what's a hobby you have? And I'll always say, well, my hobby is collecting hobbies. I grew up in Northwest Iowa, in Lamar's, Iowa, which is the ice cream capital of the world because there's more ice cream made there than any other single place in the entire world. So that's pretty amazing.
How did I not know that?
I don't know. It's amazing. And my friends on social media talk more about ice cream than probably any of you could imagine. It's just it's part of our little culture that I grew up in. So ice cream is an intricate part of my daily life. It's not just a thing I enjoy. It's like in my blood.
Go to ice cream flavor.
Yes. Oh, come on.
No, you gotta pick one. Now, 3, 2, 1.
No. All of them. I can't do that. Don't put me in a box.
Do you like Neapolitan?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
There's not a flavor I don't like.
Okay.
I tend to stay away from things that have like nuts in them, but I do like Rocky Road. For the longest time, mint chocolate was my favorite. I only eat mint ice cream that's green, not the white mint ice cream. I only like green.
Interesting.
Chocolate and peanut butter is always a favorite combo. I put all the toppings on my ice cream all the time. That was the thing growing up. My grandma would shout down to the basement and ask what kind of ice cream we want, and she would give us our options of like all the toppings. Currently, we'd have all of us, all our family members. We would have a full like ice cream parlor full of toppings, and we would shout up to her what we want, and she would remember all of them, like 20 of them. It was amazing. And then they would be delivered to us, what ice cream we wanted and what toppings. It was fantastic.
That is incredible. I want to go there now.
Yes.
Right. I'm curious because I actually know the answer to this. I have a dog named Shalom, which you can see a painting of behind me, the green thing. Mm-hmm. Joanna painted it. It's awesome. But do you have any pets?
I do. I have Jupiter, the Sphinx. If you're on Instagram, you can follow him. He's got
at Jupiter the Sphinx?
At Jupiter_the_Sphinx. He's a Sphinx cat, which means he's hairless.
Perfect for a diabolical evil person.
He is. So he is like Mr. Bigglesworth. He's fantastic. His name is Jupiter. He's 2 years old. Shout out to the Dummers because Sphinxes are a Canadian cat breed.
Really?
Fun fact, yes.
But they don't have hair. So that makes no sense.
even funnier than that is there's another cousin to the Sphinx called the Donskoy Sphinx, which is like also a hairless cat, but it's a Russian breed. Two of the coolest places in the world have created these hairless breeds.
That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
So you talked about being a collector of hobbies. What are some special talents that you might have?
Okay, so I play 6 instruments. I went to school for music. I am actually trained to be an opera singer. That's what I went to college for. I make metal stamped jewelry. I do lots of things. One of the most fun ones, though, is I hula hoop, but also I fire hula hoop. So I light the wicks on fire on the hula hoop and spin that around.
I might have seen a video of this.
Yeah, you might have seen a video. We've done some drive-by fire hoopings, about 1 a week. We're doing those right now, like just going to people's cul-de-sacs and I'm lighting up the hoop and spinning it and breathing fire. I won a hatchet throwing contest in college. What else? I collect tattoos. It's a thing. Travel is a hobby and a passion and also my job. I'm trying to think there's so many things. Yoga. I've taught yoga, teach yoga to military. I don't like, people always say, is there anything you don't do? And I'm like, well, I haven't learned how to fly a plane yet.
I also saw you metal stamping this week.
Yeah, I'm wearing it right now. I've got this one. I made some little metal tokens that say never alone on them and mailed those. Did one of those get to one of your people?
I have not heard yet, so I'm betting it was either today or tomorrow.
Okay, probably tomorrow because mail doesn't come on Sundays.
But that's right, Sundays.
Yeah, so metal stamping, I like to do that. That's fun. Yeah, I do all kinds of things. I've painted. I have lots of paintings in my house from a period where I was into painting.
I just wish that you had some hobbies, so maybe we can think of some.
I have a podcast that I relaunched.
That's true.
Yeah, I am trying to think what other things I've done. I used to make candles. I've made candles. I've made skincare products. And like all of these things have been businesses for me too. Like I'm like, oh, I can do this thing and now I can sell it.
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm curious. So we have been in quarantine for a little bit now, or physical isolation, not social isolation, because I like people and I'm figuring out ways to hang out with people like this. Like everybody here. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
But I'm curious with this, it seems like there's been some self-reflection happening. So I'm curious what you are learning right now.
Yeah, this time has been really hard. And it's hard for everybody. So I'm not at all do I want to say it's harder for me than anyone. We all have different reasons why it's hard. For me, so normally my normal day looks like working from home and I get the kids ready for school and they go to school and then I go to yoga and then I come home and I shower and I'm like ready for my day. And then I work all day. It's usually pretty quiet. Then I have coffee or lunch with someone at least once a day, sometimes twice a day. And then I come back home and I keep working. My kids get home, then we have activities. So what I've learned is that I'm super, I love to talk to people. Like this one-on-one stuff is like, oh, it feeds my soul. But I've never had a shortage of me time. And so now without having that, I'm realizing that me time is critical. I am so peopled out and I love my family. I actually posted on Facebook today. It's like, it's okay to need space from people that you love. And it's okay to need space without feeling bad about it. And that's where I'm at is like, wow, that quiet alone time. I never would have thought that was like a thing that I need.
Yeah, because you come off very extroverted.
And I'm not. Yeah, I like being out and doing things, but I usually do things by myself. I'm very independent and free-spirited in that way. But I love one-on-one coffee. I love that. I don't enjoy parties. Usually if I'm invited to a party, I'll say I'm going. And then the whole day leading up to it, I'm trying to think of ways to get out of going. Even driving there, I'm like, oh, why did I say yes?
Well, how about if I cancel every party right now?
Thank you.
I don't know. I don't feel great about that. So I'm an extreme extrovert, and that is the saddest statement I've ever made.
Oh,
but you know something that's been really creative is those drive-through birthday parties. Those have been so cool. People are getting super creative on those.
They are. I was
so
a
fun.
part of one of those.
Nice with a dinosaur.
Yeah, because I have the convertible, and so the T-Rex costume was in the back, and we did a drive-by T-Rexing for a birthday, and there were 10 cars in that parade.
All right, so I got another question along
Okay,
the
what
same
you got?
lines of like, what are you learning?
Okay.
What is God teaching you right now?
Oh, that is such an interesting question. Because I mean, I'll be really honest. I'm the last person to say like things are fine when they aren't, so I'm just gonna put this out there. Is that I'm I'm really struggling to feel God in my life right now. Just in this is it's like I know intellectually that he's there and I know that he's in control of everything that's happening, but as far as like feeling God deep in my soul and in the way that I normally do, I'm not feeling connected. And I'm struggling not being a part of our church family on Sundays, and I'm struggling with watching church online and being disciplined about reading my Bible. I'm just like, I'm not doing that great. I'll be really honest. I'm like, I'm such a great role model. I'm like, I'm not doing that great. I'll be really honest about it. But I think when I look at that and go, okay, what am I learning in that is that this isn't the first time I've been in a season like that. And it doesn't mean like nothing's changed about God. Like that's a change in me and a change in the world around us. God hasn't changed at all. God's still there. God's constant. God is still good. God is still in everything. It's just things are different in me. And so for me right now, it's really staying in the knowing that God is with me and beside me and caring for me when I don't feel God next to me right now.
I think I know I can relate, and I'm pretty sure everybody else can too. Like some of the
Yeah.
things that would help us feel God. So one of the ways I really connect, obviously as an extrovert, is being with people. And when I'm with people, I get to learn a little bit more about God because we all have the image of God like reflected through us.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like I've missed some of that. And so it's been harder for me in some ways. So I think I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
And I, as you know, always appreciate honesty over pretending to fake it because I don't think that's super helpful.
Yeah, it's not. And to me, if anything, so if any of you are watching and listening right now and going, oh my gosh, I feel like that now, or I felt like that at some point in your life, it's not that God isn't there and it's not that he's left you alone. It's, and we go through seasons like this. It's like, when you're married and you're like mad at your husband or, because Joanna's probably never mad at you. It's probably like when you're mad at her and just JK. But it's like, or when you're mad at a friend, you still know, like, I love this person. They're still my good friend. Even though, like, right now I don't feel, like, good feelings toward them, I still know that I love them and, like, that love is a choice. And so that's where I'm kind of, like, sitting in right now is the knowing and the trusting and just holding on to that, like, hope is that very thing, like, knowing and trusting that it's not always going to be this way.
Well, and I think there's like the Bible obviously talks a lot about that too. There's always, it's funny, we for some reason try to make faith seemingly like I'm happy all the time, which is just not honest. And in fact, when you read the Bible, it is not people being happy all the time. There are a lot of people yelling at God, shaking their fists at God, confused, asking questions, literally running away from God and being swallowed by fish. Not recommended. But we were chatting earlier and I had a thought. And so this Psalm, I think maybe fits where you are, but might also fit kind of where we all are. So this is Psalm 13. So Psalms are, they're kind of in the middle of the Bible. If you look in the middle, somewhere in there. So if you kind of cut it in the middle, it's kind of right there. And a lot of them are believed to be written by David. And it's sort of like journal entries and songs. So it's just kind of like a thought and prayer and all these things coming out. And so this one, I feel like really relates to where we are. So here's how this goes. Psalm 13. How long, O Lord? Kind of feel like that's just our world right now.
Nailed it. Done.
Yeah, the end. No, that's not it. How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I wrestle with my thoughts and day after day have sorrow in my heart? How long will my enemy triumph over me? Look on me and answer, Lord my God. Give light to my eyes, or I will sleep in death. And my enemy will say, I have overcome them. And my foes will rejoice when I fall. But, and this is the part that I love, But I trust in your unfailing love. Your heart rejoices. My heart rejoices in your salvation. I will sing the Lord's praise, for he has been good to me.
I love that. That last part.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's that's literally what you were just talking about, is like, it all feels crappy right now. And yet, I know God is with us. Yeah. And it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel all happy. But that's not how this all works. But there's something about presence that even in the mess, God shows up.
Yeah.
And that's something
it also
really
makes
cool.
It's really cool. And it also makes me think about Noah. Like, think about that kind of isolation where not only are you isolated and can't go anywhere, you're trapped on this boat with a whole bunch of animals and their poo, and the rest of the planet's been wiped out. Like, it's not even like, oh, when this is over, I can go see my neighbor Rahab or whoever. Like, they don't exist. And God brought them out of that. Yeah. And, Moses and the Israelites, like, God brought them out of that. Like, and the Israelites complained. Like, they were the biggest complainers. And I'm like, okay, so, like, I'm complaining. I saw this on Instagram today, too, and I shared it to my story. But, it's like, if you ever feel unequipped or unworthy to serve God and to be a messenger of God, like, think about the Israelites, think of, Job, think of Moses, and, like, all of these people who are really just people like you and me. And we look at them like, oh, they were so, like, biblical and they were so whatever. And it's like, they were really just people that complained about their circumstances too.
Right. And in fact, quickly turned their backs on God as soon as God did something cool.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So they were like, hey, thanks for rescuing us from slavery. We're going to go worship a golden calf.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm curious. So the feeling far from God makes sense. What is something that is, like, bringing you life and, like, kind of that awareness of God again in all this?
Yeah, I love this. I love this conversation, and I love that Psalm 13 scripture, because it really is what Psalm 13 says at the end, is, and it's the music and it's the praising. And so for me, music is such a part of my fabric. And so if I can make the choice to listen to, like, my praise and worship music, that's where I feel closest to God. And that's, for me, and this isn't for everyone, but for me, I personally, on the regular, connect deeply with God through music. And that's how I connect with other people too. Like, I have playlists for different people in my lives and different experiences. Nice. Yeah, I do. And so I have my playlist full of, like, the praise and worship songs that I love, or just, like, Christian music that I love. And I feel different when I'm listening to that and driving in my car. And there's, like, a sense of, like, reassurance and peace and calm, and, like, okay, and we can weather the storm, and you are right there. And so reinforcing the message that way, where I'm failing miserably in just reading my Bible every day, I'm still connecting to God through praise and music and worship on my own in that way. And that's life-giving for me.
It almost, like, gives you a new soundtrack to everything.
It does, because I do think that in the future I'm going to go, this song, I remember when I was driving Uber Eats during the quarantine of 2020, and this song spoke to me. Like, there are going to be moments like that. And I don't know what they are now, and I don't know what songs they're going to be quite yet, but those are definitely going to be moments.
I love that. In fact, for those who don't know, we actually have some playlists on Spotify and YouTube built for this very purpose. So let me read the link, and then we'll post it later. If you go to when you sit at home, which is what we're all doing, .com/worship #music.
No, /#.
Okay. So worshipathome.com, when you sit at home.com/worship /#music. Yep. Nailed it. So if you go there, we have 3 different playlists. We have a worship playlist, just like what Kristen was talking about. We also have an instrumental playlist, which maybe if you just need some chill time, that could be really, really good for that. And then there's also a YouTube playlist that has, like, lyric videos, so you can sing along. Sometimes you just need to sing loud and proud. So that as well. So this is so awesome. I have loved interviewing you.
Oh, thanks. It's always fun to hang out with you, and now you just get to do it with other people.
There you go.
This is great, because I'm hanging out with other people without having to be at a party.
That's true. It's a win for you. I'm still sad, but I am enjoying seeing people. I'm not sad. I love hanging out with you guys. And then we get to like hang out in groups here in just a second. Actually, I have one more thing I want to announce. So we do this thing called Own It, which is a 6-week crash course in following Jesus. Kristen's daughter actually just went through it. And we have built this for anyone who is new to the faith, or if you are wanting to start to own faith, like maybe you've grown up in church your whole life and you're just like, I think I'm ready to like figure this out for myself. That's what this is built for. So it's like, who is God? What is the Bible? Why does any of this matter? What is prayer? So if you are interested in that, we are launching an online version here in a couple weeks. And we would love for anybody who wants to be a part of that to jump in. Any 6th through 12th graders, whatever that means now, I don't know. But anybody in that kind of range, we would love for you guys to join us for that. So if you're interested in that, we'll post links later on Instagram and everywhere. But also if you go to thevillagenashville.com/ownit, all of the info is there, and then a quick form to say you're interested, and we'll get back with you. But we're really excited about that too, which will be super awesome. So, cool. Any final thoughts, Kristen?
Yeah, I want to tell you all that I'm excited. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not. I'm going to do it. I'm taking over the Village Youth Instagram tomorrow.
What?
So, you guys, there will be all kinds of silliness. And if you have any questions about hobbies, or if you want song recommendations, or if you have songs that you're listening to, I'd love to hear those. But like, be watching the Village Youth Instagram tomorrow, because I'm going to be taking over the story. To take over.
It's true.
You're very trusting.
Yeah, I also still have control, so things can things can disappear if they need to. So far, everyone's played nice. So we're really excited about that. Mm-hmm. So real quick, I had a music question come in. They are asking country or pop.
I like both. I probably right now I'm listening to more country music, which is sort of a new thing for me. Probably in the last 4 years, I've started really enjoying country music. I've always loved classic country music, but now I'm really liking some of the modern. But I just don't enjoy much of the pop music that's out there right now. I think it's trash.
That's fair. I like even just like some pop.
Speaking, I think it's terrible.
I think I like some pop for the vibe, but like that's it. So the classic, like I don't listen to the lyrics. Kind of.
Yeah.
So also getting some shout outs on Instagram about Own It from some recent graduates, which is super awesome too. All right, guys, it's time. We need to get you guys to your small group. So if you don't know, we have digital small groups going all the time through an app called GroupMe. And we have these for every group. So every grade and every gender, we've got them all. That's a funny way to say that. Anyway, we've got a group for you. We would love for you to join us. So if you're already in a group, we're going to send you to your GroupMe, and there's a Zoom link there that you can all hang out. If you are not in a group and want to be, if you go to thevillagenashville.com/join small group, there's a real quick form, and then I will send you all the info to get you in the right group. But it has been a pleasure, Kristen. We have loved having you on. And this has been so much fun. Thank you. And we're really excited for the Instagram takeover tomorrow.
Yay!
It's going to be so good.
You guys, I know you'll talk about this in your small groups, but if there's anything that we can be praying for you about, or if you ever want to just talk to somebody, feel free to reach out. I'm always happy. I talk to a lot of our youth individually, and I'd love to hear from you and get to know you better. So I love that. I'm here.
Well, I tell you what, let me close in prayer, and I'm going to do it a little differently. I'm going to use the psalm as our prayer. Because sometimes praying a psalm gives you words that you don't have. So let's pray. How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I wrestle with my thoughts, and day after day have sorrow in my heart? How long will my enemy triumph over me? Look on me and answer, Lord my God. Give light to my eyes, where I will sleep in death. And my enemy will say, I have overcome them. And my foe will rejoice when I fall. But I trust in your unfailing love. My heart rejoices in your salvation. I will sing the Lord's praises, for he has been good to me. Amen.
Amen.
Kristen, thanks so much for being here. Everybody else,
thank
you so much for being here. You're amazing. Head over to your groups, and we will see you later. Bye.